All right, Jacob, go ahead.
What's up, Jacob?
I'm still mad that you didn't let me use my line, Dave. I'm gonna, you know what? Somehow I'm gonna like get it in this, whatever this next exchange is. I'm getting it in there. I'm glad,
there, Dave. Well, Jacob is the reason I'm here, by the way.
I'm glad you guys kissed and made up. I was
we had a rough opening.
We had a little rough opening there. So I have a question for Andrew. Andrew, you said that taking money from like one person or one party to pay another is theft, but not when they're using it to like build infrastructure.
No.
Right?
It can be theft. It depends on how it equates to Christian duty. So what is duty to the state? What is duty to the church? And what is duty to you? So you do have an obligation to give to Caesar what is Caesar's. And we do think that you get the government that you deserve. And the reason you get the government that you deserve is because you are the moral arbiter of the things which are around you. That's what will is. And we do have exactly the government that we deserve.
But what's the, because I'm trying to find your standard for when it's theft and when it isn't, because you said if they're taking it from like rich people to give it to a demographic on immutable characteristics, that was your argument. You would say by Christian ethics that's immoral.
No. Only so here's the thing, only that it could be. The thing is that taxation, that's it, right? It's all about nuance, right? The thing is that it could be. So the question is, when does it become? That's what you're asking me. Like, when was X taking from you become theft? It's a harder question to answer. And even under Christian ethics or any ethical system, when you are going to deprive what we have socially constructed to be property, we're going to have some kind of value add here to figure out what your duty is. So you basically would have to take this on a case by case to make a determination.
But
that's why I was asking for the delineation of where the case is.
But then, like, on your system, because you're advocating for a Christian society with Christian government, like, well, wouldn't these Christians just pay for these things voluntarily anyway? Is the other point? But it seems to me,
of course, that's why I brought up social programs. So under social programs, the answer is probably yes. But what about infrastructure? If we come to infrastructure or conscription, or
who makes the infrastructure?
having to defend. Hang on, let me finish. I'm almost done. Or defending the homeland. If you have a conscription and you have the military defending your homeland from attack, is that unethical? I'm not so sure that it is, bro.
It just seems to me that I don't see a clear standard here, because even with infrastructure, you're still just taking money from one group of people to give to another. It's all just redistribution from a central plan.
Yeah, but the argument of redistribution is not my argument. Simply redistributing, because that's how Caesar chooses to do things, doesn't necessarily mean it's theft. No, we have biblical standards for what theft is.
I'm still not getting what the I'm just curious. What's the standard? When is it theft and when isn't it?
Well, it would be case use. So we would have to balance duty versus the case use. The same with conscription. Yes.
No, I mean, I'm just asking. When would it be theft? When wouldn't it be?
It depends on what the example is as to what your state duties are under Christian ethics, and when those duties come into play.
Okay, I just
same thing with conscription, right? That's why I bring up the counterexample of conscription. If conscription is moral, then this would mean that funding the army would be moral as well. And so you would have to necessarily tax the populace for this. Is that immoral? I don't think it is.
I don't think conscription is moral, but I'm just saying you're claiming that we have a subjective, metric, but what's yours?
Well, I would say that you are going to get the representative government, which is part of the value of the morality of the public. And you are to give to Caesar. Hang on. To give to no, I don't like voting at all.
Okay. That passage
not even a little bit.
Render unto Caesar does not support paying taxation, because if it did, the Pharisees would not have walked away amazed by his answer. They were trying to trap him.
That's true. It doesn't.
There's a great Mises Institute article on this, how they were trying, and this is just biblical theology. The Christian fathers have talked about this, that the Pharisees were, and it's in the scripture, they were trying to entrap him. And if he would have said, yeah, pay your taxes, he would have been discredited to the entire crowd and all of his followers. And